Hey guys, we're here in Shanghai. I'm here with Da Hongfei. We're at the NEO meetup, very casual. We're at a bar here. It's kind of noisy, and I'm just here to help the community and try and answer some questions. So I'm going to shoot off some questions and try and get some clarity of all the FUD and confusion and try and make communication better. So first off, Da Hongfei, what country do you think will be the first to develop mainstream adoption of
mainstream
blockchain tech?
Yeah, that's the first one is really hard to answer, difficult to
answer. This is the easy one.
I think it will either be the United States or China. Yeah. Both countries have great technology, a lot of talents. Yeah. I'll bet on China.
I'll bet on China too, because since I've been here 7 years, it was cash when I got here. Now everyone's using WeChat and Alipay, and you can't even,
We just skipped credit card.
Yeah. Okay. NEO to me is basically the blockchain of China. And the only thing that's stopping it from being one of the top 3 blockchains in the world would be China. Do you think China is going to stop NEO from being successful?
No. We have pretty good communication with the government, with the regulators. They don't have any negative impression with NEO. And they are, I think they like the technology and the way we deal with things. So the government or the regulation wouldn't be an issue for us. And as far as I know, there is a list of like ICO coins. We're not on that list.
Okay. That's good. Is KYC, know your customer, is that another part of why the government doesn't have a problem with NEO?
Actually, we didn't do KYC at this moment. It's an option. You can identify yourself. There is the technology enables you to do that, but it's not compulsory.
Okay. And I was going to ask about consensus node. Is the only way to run a consensus node to have 1,000 gas?
Currently, yes.
That may change.
That may change. Because the NEO, the token NEO is what we call governance token. So you have voting power on the blockchain. In the future you will be able to decide how many gas need to be paid to be a consensus node to deploy a smart contract. So everybody can have a say.
Is there a financial incentive to run a consensus node?
Yeah, sure. You get the transaction fee, but currently there is no transaction fee because currently the consensus node is run by us, by New Council. By New Council. Actually, not by on-chain, separate entity, by New Council. But we have a plan to decentralize the consensus part. So we will have less than 2/3 of the consensus nodes by first quarter of 2018. But we will gradually be less. We will have less consensus nodes gradually.
Is there any kind of like ballpark idea how much you would make running a consensus node? Because it's around $10,000 right now you have to invest.
We will remain less than 1/3 of the consensus nodes. So currently there are 7 consensus nodes. It's voted to be 7, but in the future I think there will need to be maybe a dozen or maybe 2 dozen consensus nodes.
Here's a hot topic. Do you have any idea if the ICO ban is temporary? Do you have any information on that?
I think it's not temporary. Just raising funds to the general public is just always be illegal in China without approval from the government. So ICO is like raising money from the general public. And there are some old ladies, old papa investing their retirement money into ICOs. So that's why the government stepped in and stopped everything. But it is still legal to raise money privately from accredited investors in China. So if you want to develop a smart contract, a dApp, you can still raise money in China, but you cannot do it to the general public.
Some people on Reddit have complained in the past about lack of activity on the GitHub. My understanding is that maybe it's not as popular with Chinese programmers. Is that true?
GitHub is not so popular. It has been banned for a while in China. By the firewall. Shortly, but now it's okay. Recently, we are writing the new enhancement proposals.
Yeah.
So there are a dozen proposals. So actually, we are doing the planning. We're doing the architecture things, not writing codes. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my understanding is Coast City of Zion is doing a lot of third-party development.
Yeah, they're
these days.
amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're amazing. And your community is amazing.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yes.
It's almost 30,000 people on Reddit right now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to run a smart contract on NEO?
Actually, we are very different from Ethereum.
Yeah.
So today, if you want to deploy a very simple smart contract, that is free. If you want to deploy a complicated smart contract that need a persistent storage, it will cost you 500 gas. Okay. And the user who triggers the smart contract, who uses the smart contract, doesn't need to pay for the first 10 gas. So basically, if the smart contract is not too complicated, the usage of smart contract is free.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's very complicated, you pay from since the 11th gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, gas is $10 US. Before, just a little while ago, it was $30.
Yeah.
Can you adjust the amount of gas for a smart contract? Because if the price is all over the place, it's going to be a totally different cost.
Yes, there are a few ways to do that.
Okay.
One way is what you suggest, to adjust the price.
Yeah.
Another way is we can donate gas to developers who want to build things on NEO.
Yeah.
And we're doing that. We donated 10K or 5,000 or 10,000. I can't remember the exact number to City of Zion.
Yeah.
So I think they have enough gas to do their job.
Okay.
And we are building a new website, so all developers can request free gas on the website.
Wow.
So that's
your website's brand new. It's awesome.
Yeah, but we are doing another one. There are too much animation. Yeah. People say there are too much animation. Sometimes it's jerky.
Okay. And is there a use case of smart contracts on NEO yet?
Yeah. I think Red Pulse is a very good example.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard of Red Pulse. They're very awesome. They are so-called decentralized Bloomberg. Yeah. So you can have your own research of certain stocks, and you put up the research, post it, and people can upvote or downvote your post, and you get rewarded with Red Pulse token. Yeah. So it's work very similar to Steemit, but they have a very real usage because it's an established company. Okay. They have thousands of subscribers, paying subscribers already, and they will be building their decentralized version on NEO exclusively. So that's the key difference. Okay. The projects on NEO, we hope them to have real usage, to be connected with the real economy, not like some contracts nobody use, but the tokens are traded heavily. Yeah.
And they're supposed to be the first ICO. Are they still going to be the first ICO? And is that going to happen? Because it was delayed. Yeah,
it's delayed, but they are perfectly legal because they are a Hong Kong-based registered company. Okay. And the founders are not Chinese citizens, they're American-born Chinese, and they decided not to accept any token of fundraising from China. So they're perfectly legal, but it's a sensitive time. Yeah. So they decided to postpone a few weeks. Yeah. I will talk with them tonight to see what's their new plan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of news about China banning the exchanges. I've seen news that say they're not banning it. I've seen news that say they are banning it. Do you have any info? Or?
No, there is no confirmed information.
Nothing confirmed.
Yeah, nothing confirmed.
It's just uncertain.
It's uncertain.
But, that's not good. No one wants that. Everybody just wants to know what is the deal and move on.
Yeah, according to the law, centralized exchange has to be licensed. So either the Chinese government will license all the Bitcoin exchanges, or they will close them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll have to wait and see on that one. A lot of investors are worried about security. Do you have any information on updates about hardware support, maybe Ledger or any of that stuff?
Yeah, we are working to integrate with Ledger. Yeah. There is one community member.
I've seen that. That's amazing. One guy's trying to do it by himself.
18 days. Yeah, he finished some prototype.
Yeah,
awesome.
Pretty awesome. Okay. Have you heard anything about RMB Tether and an RMB to NEO trading pair?
RMB to NEO trading pair, RMB Tether. I haven't heard, I heard of it,
Okay.
but I think it's just some rumor, some talk. Yeah.
Okay. What's going on with the NEO dApps development? I know you have a contest coming up that's $135,000 in prizes.
I think it's organized by
COZ.
COZ, yeah. It's organized by COZ, yeah. We made a deal with COZ, and we will fund COZ for the next 5 years. So they will get enough funds to continue their excellent job.
And these people aren't in China; they're overseas, right?
They're overseas, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any idea what the price of gas will be in relation to NEO moving forward? It seems to always be gas is half of the value of NEO. I don't know why that is.
I don't know either.
Okay. Because there's less gas, so gas should be more valuable, right?
Yeah, but NEO is for like the future value. Yeah. Because when you get NEO, you get the gas that newly mined or generated, and you also get the gas in the future that was consumed. It will be redistributed to NEO holders.
Right.
So NEO is like for the future. Gas is like for today's.
Okay. Yeah. And are you going to try and manipulate the price by selling gas to make it go down?
I don't want
people
to do
worried.
that.
People worried about that.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, good. I don't want you to do that either.
My principle is not to interfere with the market.
Okay. Do you want to comment on how NEO and on-chain and DNA will work together? I know that's a huge, giant thing.
Yeah. First, I need to clarify that NEO and on-chain are separate entities.
Yeah.
So on-chain doesn't own NEO or NEO on-chain. They are separately funded. NEO is funded by the community, and on-chain is funded by a very famous financial group in China, Fosun. They bought a lot of insurance company, banks in Europe. Yeah. So they're separate. And second is on-chain benefits from the new ecosystem. The product called DNA is very similar to NEO, but it's written in Go language. Okay. And on-chain is helping other blockchains, other financial institutions to build their blockchain with DNA. And it's basically very similar to NEO. And in the future, with NEO-X, the cross-chain protocol, everything can be linked together.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you want to comment on what happens to the gas being generated by the 50 million NEO that's locked up by your team?
Yeah, it's the 15% of NEO is reserved by the NEO Council, and also the gas generated will be managed by us. Okay. We use that to incentive the developers to develop the ecosystem.
Okay.
Yeah. You will not be paid. It will not be, how to say, it's not my personal money or my personal gas. Yeah. It's managed by NEO Council.
Okay.
And will be used for the NEO ecosystem.
Okay. Okay. Know your customer. Do you want to comment on that, on what that is and what that's for?
You mean KYC?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a digital identity module already in NEO. You can get a certificate from a CA, certificate authority. Yeah. But it's not a compulsory feature. You can do that by volunteering. So if you want to prove who you are on the blockchain, you can apply for a certificate.
Is this going to replace like going to a bank and getting something notarized and that kind of thing?
Not today.
Okay.
Yeah, today. Maybe in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. That's it. I know you're busy. I know you're a busy guy. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
Yeah. When I look at the question list, I think it's a 1 hour. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Thank you, Da Hong.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool, man.
Thank
awesome.
You. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye.